Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Mission Empowered podcast with me, your host, Emily. I hope you are all doing very well. If you are watching on video and thinking, Em looks a bit different, has she got purple lipstick on? No, I haven't. I have my lips dissolved. So this has obviously got nothing to do with the podcast, but let's just address the elephant in the room. And everyone's going to quickly, if you listen to this, go and look at the video now. So I've had lip filler since I was 25. I had a real complex about my lips when I was growing up, and then I had lip filler and it gave me so much more confidence. It never got to the point where it was like, oh my God, what the F, bloody inflation on my face. So some people were sometimes surprised when I told them I had lips. But anyway, I had it all dissolved because I wanted reshape done because they'd sort of what you call migrated, and the lady said to me, I can't do anything with them. You need to have everything dissolved and then your shape done again. So I am getting them done again. But yes, I have bruised. So I have got a purpley black top lip, and my smile looks massive because I've got new lips around it. So you can see all my teeth all the way to the back. So if you're thinking I look a little bit different, that's probably why. Just wanted to address that. Right, should we get into it? So I put on my Instagram very recently, how's everyone getting on? It was on a Sunday, and I'm an advocate for prepping your Sunday is equaling to win your week ahead. And I put on my Instagram, how's everyone doing prepping? And it was pretty much like 50-50. Some people were like, I'm nailing it. And everyone, and then 50% of people were saying, I don't know where to start. Like, where do I start? So I thought, what a great idea for a podcast. How to successfully set up your week and plan your week to make sure you are going to hit your fat loss goals. Because everybody this time of year, I want to lose fat, I want to lose weight, and that's it. It's like a full stop. Like, that's where it ends. There's no plan, there's no prep, there's no back in to ensure that's going to happen. And what do they say? A goal without a plan is just a dream, right? So as long as you have that goal and you have that plan, you are on the road to successfully hitting that goal and making it happen. So I've broken it down how I tell my clients and how I successfully plan my week ahead and what I do to ensure that I'm going to hit my goals for coming up. So first one that we're going to discuss is always, what is the biggest thing to do with fat loss? It is our food, okay? What we are putting in our gob is going to equal whether we are moving forward or not with getting results. So if you are not planning this, then you are in luck, because when you start planning this, you're going to get your results come in. So with fat loss, it isn't just about eating less and eating more and moving more. It's about what we're putting in, how we're structuring our meals, what time we're eating our meals, what's going in our meals, in our food prep, okay? So the first thing that I would do is making sure that you are planning. The first point of call is you sit down and you say, right, what meals am I going to eat this week? Okay, so you are going to write down your breakfast, your lunches, and your dinners of what you're going to have. We're not going to go into what you're going to eat because that's a different podcast, but you should know, if you've listened to me for a while, you'll have a protein source in there, you'll have some fruit and veggies in there, some whole carbs and some fats, okay? So once you've built out your meals, you will then know, okay, so that meal, the meals that I've written down, that's basically my shopping list. So you've already done task 2, which is have a shopping list. Don't just turn up to the shop willy-nilly. Okay, so from the meals that you've planned, you will then have your shopping list. Let's, for example, say you're choosing to have Greek yogurt and fruit every day for your breakfast. Well, going to the shop and buying one pot of Greek yogurt isn't going to be suffice to have it for your breakfast every single week, every single day of the week. So let's say you have 250 grams of Greek yogurt every day. Well, there's 7 days in a week. Oh, fast math. There's 500 grams in one pot. So I hate being put on the spot and doing maths on the podcast. So 200, one pot is going to do 2 days. So we need 3 pots, 4 pots. Right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3.5 pots. So you're going to buy 4 pots of yogurt to have that every day for your breakfast. Or maybe you might say, well, actually, I'll do breakfast, same Monday to Saturday, and on Sunday, I'm going to have bacon and egg sandwich. Still hit my protein, just different, okay? But by planning what you're eating, you are giving yourself the shopping list to know how much you're having, okay? That right there, less than 5 minutes in, might be an absolute epiphany to you of going, oh yeah, I just rock up to the shop and I go, Greek yogurt's good for me, fruit's good for me, but you don't actually plan how much you need. And something I say to my clients, I should never, ever, ever hear the excuse of, I'm just making do with what's in the fridge. No, that's where you failed at the beginning of the week when you did your shopping because you didn't buy enough. It's not an excuse. And you know, girls, you've heard me say it before, you can have excuses, you can have results, but you cannot have both. So if you are one of these people that gets to Friday and you order a chippy because you go, oh, but I don't have anything in, that's your fault. You haven't planned enough. You haven't planned correctly to do it. So first thing, plan your meals. Make sure that they are easy. Girls, make sure they are repetitive. If you are listening to the podcast now, it is more than likely that you are a working gal. So you're working Monday to Friday, whatever you do. You could be a mum. Okay, so not only are you working, you're also looking after other people in the household as well. Okay, two things which are a full-time job and then basically a second full-time job. Okay, why are you trying to make it harder for yourself by saying you want something different every day for your breakfast, every day for a lunch? Girl, let me tell you, you have not got that luxury, unfortunately. Okay, you just don't have it. You don't have the luxury to have that brain space to have different meals for each one. You're setting yourself up for failure. Okay, so make it easy for yourself. Now, people get a bit arsy about that. Well, I want to change things. Here's what you do. You have the same breakfast and the same lunch. Change your evening meal. Have variation in your evening meal when you've got a bit more time to probably enjoy the meal, to prepare the meal. But nobody's got time to make fucking smashed avocado with 3 eggs and roasted parma ham for the breakfast. Apart from over weekends, maybe. Okay. But that's why recipe inspo, in my opinion, doesn't really help because nobody's got time for that. Okay. At lunch, especially if you're like me now, I probably have about 7 minutes to make and eat my lunch a day. Obviously, being a new mum and still running the business, it's time, it's precious time. So one pot of slow cooker on a Sunday that does my meals Monday to Friday for lunch. I know that I have to just weigh out 350 grams of what I've prepped in my slow cooker in the microwave for 2 minutes. Doesn't take me long to eat it. That's my lunches because it's the same. No brain power required. I don't need to think, what am I having? Is it calories? Is it protein? It just is. Okay. So make them easy. Make them repetitive. Monday to Friday, repeat, repeat, repeat. If you've got time of a weekend, go for your roasted, smashed avocado, air fried tomato, whatever you want to do. Have the time to do it then if you've got the time. If you haven't, you need to stick to basic and repetitive, okay? There is no ifs and buts about that. As much as people on Instagram love to tell you there isn't. If you want decent results, you got to keep it simple, gal. And then, like I said, vary your dinner. So again, sitting down, planning your meals is going to make sure, have I got enough protein? So for example, again, I will use me. Do my shopping. What day is it? Monday. So yesterday we always do our shopping on a Sunday. We were like, right, we've got 2 chicken teas, some beef mince, bacon, lean pork medallions, and then we've got tins of tuna. And then we normally do a roast dinner with the stuff that we buy on a Sunday. 7 tiers, 7 portions of protein. I know that are going to be there. Then you can say on the day, what do I fancy? Because your meals are already planned out, so you can just pick. If you don't fancy having tuna on a Monday, swap it to the chicken, but you've got it in. Okay, you don't need to be, on one end of the spectrum being super, super rigid with it. But it's just like having a choice, you don't want to be on the opposite end where you go into the shop to buy your tea and walking in going, oh, what do I fancy? That doesn't help you. But having everything in and then just maybe having the flexibility of what I fancy for my tea, that's always going to be helpful. So number 1 in how to prep for a successful week is plan your food. Write out your meals first. That gives you your shopping list. Go and buy everything in. Job's done. Okay. You could even get one of them things to the kitchen where you write out Monday to Sunday what your teas are. Easy. Okay, the next thing following on from that then is supplements. So something again I hear people say is that they want to know the best supplements to take. You tell them, you then ask how they're getting on with it, and then they say, I did it for like 2 weeks and then I just forgot. So how to set up to remember to take your supplements, okay? Where are you always putting things in your mouth? Hopefully in the kitchen. That came out wrong. But hopefully in the kitchen is the answer that I was looking for, okay? So we're putting food in our mouth in the kitchen. So where should your supplements be? Also in the kitchen. Because if you are in the kitchen and you're eating your lunch, eating your breakfast, eating your dinner, and you see your supplements, go, I know that they should go with food, I'm going to quickly take them now. Schoolboy error I used to do, sort of schoolboy error, sort of not. I used to have my supplements in my office so I could see them and think, I'll take them with my lunch, I'll take them with my breakfast. I now don't eat very rarely at my desk. I eat, in the kitchen at the table. So that's where I moved the supplements to, is where am I going to be more inclined to eat them? Okay, so pop your supplements in the kitchen. Now, do not leave your supplements out in their own little individual tubs, so that every time you have to take your supplement, you're unscrewing one lid, put it back on, unscrewing the other lid, put it back. Because I'm telling you now, when you've got 20 seconds to take your supplements, you are not unscrewing them legs. You are going to say, I'll do it later. And what does that mean? That means I'm never fucking doing it. That's a good, by the way, piece of advice to do, is that if you say things that I'll do it later, you'll never do it. So just do it then. I don't know who told me that or where I heard it, but that's a bit of a life rule that I live by. Is that if I catch myself saying, I'll do that later, I catch myself saying, well, it's not important then. And then I think, well, actually it is important. I do it then. Get yourself, back to the supplements, get yourself a little Nana pill box off Amazon, £3 or £4. You can probably get them cheaper in Home and Bargain. I'm lazy and order it off Amazon. And on a Sunday, when you're prepping your meals or planning your meals, you get your supplements and you put them in your Nana pill box. So when you have them 20 seconds where you go, supplements, open, in your hand, in your gob, done. Okay? So if you're terrible at taking supplements, that is the action that you need to take to do so. In sight, in mind, out of sight, out of mind. If you've got supplements in the cupboard and you go, I'm terrible at taking them, no fucking wonder. You're probably never even looking at them. Get them prepped. Set yourself up for success. Set future self up for you for success. Okay. And this is all stuff that I do, by the way, which is why I find it quite easy to talk about. So we've covered food, we've covered supplements. Next stop is our movement. Okay. How to plan in your gym and your steps. You do not just say at the beginning of the week, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times this week, full stop. No, you're not. You're probably going to go once and then other things will get in the way. So you need to plan it in. You need to look at your diary. And if you don't have a diary, you need to get one, okay? Come on. You're probably in your 30s listening to this. You should have a diary. You should have your shit together. If you don't have a diary, you need to download Google Diary. It's free, okay? You need to then time block when you're going to work, what time you get up in the morning, when are you going to the gym. Girls, if you are trying to manage life in your brain, you are probably on the cusp of having a breakdown, because how do you do that? Okay. You need to be planned. You need to be organized. So in your diary, which you either have or you're now going to get, you are going to time block like any other appointment, like your hair appointment, like your nails appointment. When are you going to the gym? What day? What time? What workout are you doing at the gym? Okay. So you put into your diary on a Monday, let's say, I don't know, Monday, 5 o'clock is gym time. Tuesday, I can go in the morning, so go in the morning. What this is also going to help you do, it's going to help you suss out your workouts. Is that, okay, well, if I'm training Monday night and Tuesday morning, I'm not going to do 2 heavy leg sessions, it's not going to happen. So you might train legs on the Monday night and upper on the Tuesday morning. But by looking at your week and saying, right, well, that's when I can get to the gym, you can then work out what workouts you're going to get to the gym as well. You can also look at time availability. So you might have a really busy week in work. So you might go, oh God, I don't want to go to the gym. Well, you have to go to the gym. So you can plan in 30-minute workouts in the week. And then maybe you look at the weekend, it's a bit freer, you've got a bit more time. That's when you'll do your leg session, your glute session, the session that takes the longest, that can be at the weekend. Your other little sessions can be in the week. So the way that I work my week is, I know that I work full big days, Mondays and Thursdays. And I know that I want to be, I've got like an hour. So I put my sessions, my bigger sessions in. Okay, I can do that then. Wednesday mornings, I know that I wake up and I'm full of energy. I'm training at 6 a.m. So I'll put my big leg session in then. Okay, my pull session in then, the one that requires. On a Friday, I've sort of trained Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, so I know that I can be a little bit tired on a Friday. So that's when I do my upper, because I love training upper. I don't need that much motivation to go and do it. It probably doesn't require me as much mental strength as training quads, glutes, or hamstrings do. So I do Legs on a Monday, because I don't really like training legs. I know if you haven't met a PT that doesn't, but I don't anyway. It's not that I don't like it, I just don't love it. I much prefer upper or cardio or gymnastics. Anyway, sidetracking here. So Monday, I do my hardest session of the week because it's done. Because if you haven't listened to the Willpower podcast that I did, not last year, the year before, maybe I need to do another one. It's amazing. You need to listen to it. Basically, we have more motivation, more discipline, more willpower at the beginning of the week, and it tails off as the week goes on. So I always do my hardest session on a Monday. It's done then. I've done the hardest session I need to do of the week. Yeah. And then Friday, I love training upper. I could train upper all day, every day. So I do that on a Friday because I enjoy doing it. And I know that if I'm feeling a bit tired, I'm not going to talk myself out of going. So it's logic, but all this comes from planning. All of this comes from planning and knowing what my week looks like and putting it in. So, like I said, looking at your time is going to decipher what workout you want to do in that time as well. Okay. Do you need to put in program longer workouts, shorter workouts? Think about what workout you want to do with the time that you've got. So that's your gym. And it goes in your diary like any other hospital appointment, hair appointment, nail appointment. It's that important for your results, okay? Next one then is your steps. Steps are pretty similar. Oh, I've got steps to do after this podcast. Steps are pretty similar. That you plan in when you are going to do your steps. Do you do them? Do you get up in the morning and do them? Do you do a little bit at lunchtime? A great way to get your steps in is meet your friends or put in your diary. I'll call you, Jane, on Wednesday at 5, and then in your diary goes, steps and talk with Jane. Walk and talk. Okay, get your headphones in, go for a chat, get your steps in. Great, great, great way to do it. Or, friends, do you want to go for tea? Not really, but I'll go for a walk and a catch up. Let's be real, when we meet friends for tea, we're only going to the fucking Hungry Horse or Nando's, aren't we? We're not really missing out. Go for a walk, get your steps in, get some movement in. Do you know what? I met 2 groups of friends yesterday. In the morning, 9 a.m, and then in the afternoon at 3 p.m, 2 separate. Do you know what I ended the day on yesterday? 26,000 steps. Genuine. I was mind blown. 26,000 steps because I did a massive walk in the morning, walking and talking, not noticing, massive, about an hour and a half walk in the afternoon as well. It's so worth doing that. And even if you want to do it over weekend to bring your weekly total up for your output, but remember, when it comes to fat loss, we've got to have the higher end of output. To that higher end of calorie output, okay, to burn off them calories. So get your walk and talks in with your friends. It will really, really help. But like I said, planning in your steps as part of your morning and nighttime routine. Do you start your day with 20 minutes walking, then you come back, you get a shower, you prep your lunch, whatever. We're going to get onto routine in a minute. But planning your steps in again, if you just say I'm going to do 10k steps a day and expect it to come and hit you on the bum, it ain't happening. Plan it in, okay? Next one is your water bottle, your water, hydration. Super important for fat loss. Really, really important. But again, yes, I'm going to try and drink 3 litres and full stop. You have no backup plan. You have no, guidance plan of how you're going to make that happen. So I said this to one of my clients today on check-in, who was like, I think I've done 3 litres. And I said to her, it is so much more brain energy consuming trying to figure out if you've hit 3 litres by just going off, I had a glass then I bought half a litre, then I had a pint with my tea, then I had 2 cups of tea. No, you want to be getting yourself, where's mine? A water bottle. So getting one of these, a litre water bottle, to know, okay, all I have to track today, I'm filling that up 3 times. If you work from home, I'm like a fucking QVC on this podcast. If you work from home, a Brita, yeah, that's what I do. So I know this is the second time that I've filled this up today. So I know I have to get through this twice and this once. This is my gym one. Get through that once, and that's my 3 litres done. And then I probably have a little bit more as well. But yeah, that's for me. So I only have to remember, did I drink my gym litre? Yes. Have I filled my Brita up? Yes. Okay, I know I've hit it. Rather than trying to figure out, oh my God, like, did I do that? And then I had a glass with my nan and my fella, and do you know what I mean? So get yourself a 1 litre water bottle, and that's the only thing you drink out of all day. Even if you don't like drinking out of a water bottle, get a glass and pour it out of the water bottle. So looking at a water bottle, that you've hit your water. But again, trying to plan I'm gonna drink water without having a form of tracking it it's mind-boggling. Yeah. So get your litre water bottle, make sure it's stuck to your hip in your handbag all the time, and you'll be fine. Okay, so we've done food, we've done supplements, we've done gym, we've done steps, we've done water. Two more. It's quite short, this podcast today, isn't it? We'll see. Famous last words then. Right, so planning your morning routine. Morning routine, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's everywhere, but it is because it's important. Yeah, morning routine and nighttime routine. How we start our day and how we finish our day will absolutely impact the filling of our day. Okay, think about it as like a little routine sandwich. Okay, if you start the day crappy, the likelihood is you're going to have a bit of a crappy day going on. Okay, if you don't nail your nighttime routine, your morning routine can be a little bit squiffy. So they are as important as each other. Okay, I think a lot of people talk a lot about morning routine and not enough about nighttime routine, but nighttime routine massively impacts your morning routine. So we do want to make sure we're having like a solid both, and it doesn't mean getting up at 4 a.m. and doing a workout and meditating and cold showering. And if you've got time to do that, which by the way, pre-Eliza, I did. I had time to do that and I did it. But it doesn't have to be like that. Because again, honestly, I'm not doing that now. My morning routine now, okay, is I get up, I have a pint of water straight in me. I either, if I'm getting ready for the day, cold shower, get a shower and I blast it on cold at the end. If I'm not having my shower in the morning, I cold splash my face. So I'm still getting that cold therapy wake up in, and then getting outside. So sometimes I'm literally straight to the gym. And that's my morning movement, and then I come back and do my walk. Or if it's Ollie's turn to go to the gym, I get up, get ready, feed the baby, and then I go for a walk. Okay, but I'm doing some sort of movement in the morning, and I do try and get my fresh air in the morning as well. And that's it: water, cold splash, movement slash fresh air. That's my non-negotiable of my morning routine. Obviously I've got a 14-week-old baby, so I'm still finding my feet with it, but I am making it happen. I am. It definitely comes with communication with Ollie, but I know for me that will absolutely impact how I have the rest of my day, you know? So with your morning routine, it could be that you just start off by going, I'm not snoozing. God, by the way, that has to be number one. Don't ever snooze. It's terrible for you. If you snooze on your snooze button, you're snoozing for the rest of the day. Get it gone. That was actually from last week's podcast, wasn't it? But yeah, so morning routine, it could be, you get up, you do your water, 5 minutes mobility just to get the blood pumping. Like that could be your morning routine. Or it could be you get up and you journal maybe a little bit in the morning. I don't know if people do that or not. I don't do that. But yeah, if you're a journaler, it could be that you just take 5 minutes to focus your mindset for the day in the positive, and then you get out of bed and you crack on. Yeah, it does whatever you want your morning routine to be, as long as it's doing something productive. So your morning routine cannot be, oh, I'm going to get up, make a coffee, go back to bed and scroll on Instagram for half an hour. No, I wouldn't advise doing that. That is sucking your battery before the day's even begun. Okay. I also do recommend try not to go on your phone for like 60 minutes when you first wake up, if you can help it. So that's really good for your brain. Just to have that, be aware and not be, it gives your brain chance to focus on you and your day, because as soon as we go on social media, even WhatsApp, you're thinking about other people before you thought about yourself. A golden nugget there. So whatever your morning routine wants to be, the reason it's good for fat loss is because it makes you organized. Okay. And as I said at the beginning, having a goal of fat loss without a plan and being organized is setting up for failing. So by having a morning routine, it helps you be more organized for the day. Having an evening routine helps you be more organized for the morning. So evening routine could be get your gym clothes out, sitting with MyFitnessPal for 10 minutes and planning your food out for the following day, proactive tracking. It could be that all your packed lunches is ready to go. So when you get up in the morning, you haven't got to think, what am I having for lunch today? It's prepped, it's ready to go in the fridge. You just literally, it's as if you're working, take it out the fridge, in your bag, off you go. Okay, it's again, it's just going to sound like a fucking broken record here. The organisation part is where the successful part lies. Okay, being organised with your nighttime routine, gym clothes out, phone on charge on the other side of the room so I'm not snoozing. I'm going to get into bed, think of 3 things I'm grateful for, off I go to sleep. That could be your nighttime routine. So my nighttime routine at the moment, actually, no, I'm laughing. I'm not going to diss myself. So my nighttime routine is hang on, I was just going to say something it's at the bottom. My nighttime routine is I write out a to-do list, and it's called brain dumping, but it's basically writing out a to-do list, and it just means I am clearing my brain from everything whizzing around in it and writing down, right, do you know what have I got to do tomorrow? And I write that on my to-do list, whether that is literally, go to the gym, go to baby sensory with Eliza, call the doctors, or do you know what I mean? Just do something like that, and I write it down. And then that's like my switch off then of, okay, it's evening time now. So then I'll either, go and have my tea, play with Eliza. When it gets to like 8:30, so we've put the baby down, me and Ollie have like an hour together. When it gets to like pushing 9, that for me is like, okay, it's done. So phone goes off on charge, don't look at it then. Clean my teeth, wash my face, do my skincare, then get into bed. That's your evening routine. That's my nighttime routine. I am shutting off, going to sleep, ready for the morning. I do leave my gym clothes out. That's something I missed out actually. So if it's my turn to go to the gym in the morning, I put my clothes on the banister. So when I get up in the morning, haven't got a fuck about looking for socks, sports bra. It's out on the banister, and then I get into bed. So again, I practice. Oh God, I hate saying it again. That is a toxic trait. I need to delete out the podcast. But for me, that's my nighttime routine. I'm doing a lot of the things I'm advising you is what I do. Gym stuff out, phone on charge, sit with all, skincare, bed, done. That sets me up then to go into my morning routine in the morning of water, movement, blah, blah, everything I went into. Okay, so morning routine, nighttime routine, important for structure, important for organisation. So we have a successful day in the middle of it. Right. We're finished. Thank God. But I am going to leave you with some points of where I said before about having a diary, like how I structure it. Okay, so closing statements. Failure to prepare is preparing to fail. Okay, you've got to remember that. If you don't have a plan, you are going on a whim, you're going to fail. Simple as that. So if you want to win, you've got to be prepping, you've got to have a plan to follow. Now, I have been doing planning, organisation, probably since like on point 2020, 5 years. Yeah, and I've not dropped the ball on it. Touch. Like, I am a serious organisation planner, whether it's now because I run my own business, I don't know, like, and I have to be organised, I don't know, but I couldn't live without being organised. Like, it seriously gives me anxiety. Sometimes when I say to people, like, how are you organised in a week? They're like, yeah, just, in my head. I'm like, and, I probably started going back to planning about 3 weeks after the baby was born, because I felt like I was living in this weird zone, like twilight zone of just not knowing what I was doing. Where, I don't know, maybe it's a bit, no, I don't. I was going to say maybe it's a little bit like spectrumy or whatever, but I don't think it is. I think I just like being organised. Right, so this is how I do it. Number 1, get my Google Calendar. Change my fucking life. Absolutely changed my life. So in my Google Calendar, I have my rise and shine time. I have my evening time when my cut-off time is. And then I fill my things in when I'm going to the gym. All my appointments, Eliza's classes, Ollie's social occasions. So we know that, what are we doing? What what free time we've got. For example, my mum just said to me on Sunday, can you come up and see, basically my godmum's coming over, can you come up at 9? I said no, because we do the shop at 10, go to Aldi for 10. I come up at 11 after Aldi. And because it's in my diary, I feel like it's an appointment for myself. I know that if I miss that slot, it's then going to ruin the day for me. So it's in my diary, so I can stick to it. Then what I do is I have a written diary, because I love writing I love my written diary. Love writing things down. There's just something very therapeutic. So I transfer every Sunday when I'm doing my prepping of my planning of my meals and all of that stuff. I take 10 minutes and I transfer from my Google Calendar into my written diary what I've got on that week, and I set out like my intentions for the week, what are my goals for the week, and again, just helps give me clarity and focus. Then, so you don't have to be this anal, you can literally just have Google Calendar, it's fine, but this is how I do it. Transfer into my written diary. Then what I do at the end of each day, I have my to-do list, my little list from Home and Bargain, where I write down, okay, these are the things I want to accomplish today. And that's how I do it. So my Google Calendar is life. My written calendar helps me plan my week, and my things to do keeps me focused on the day. I don't think that's that much, but I know that someone may be listening to this who doesn't even, plan their breakfast, for example, or doesn't even do a weekly shop. That can be overwhelming. So just start with the Google Calendar, please. But you are not going to succeed without a plan. One of the first things that I always get my clients to do who are a little bit disorganized, I will say to them, set up your Google Calendar, screenshot it and send it over to me. And once I had a client that wouldn't do it, and I seized our relationship because I said, you will never succeed in doing what you want because you're not organized, and I can't help you by giving you these tasks to be organized because you're not organized. Sad story really, but true. And that's how much I believe in planning for success, and having that routine, that structure helps you achieve your fat loss goals, because I know the people who are organized and are structured and plan things in, they get the game changing results. So I hope this helped. And that's all you need to do. Plan your food in, supplements you went through, and plan your movement in, water, morning and evening routine, and do your best to stick to it. The good thing is about having it on Google Calendar, if you need to smooth things around, you can just click and hold and move it. But I promise you, having that routine, having them appointments with yourself will make you more successful at ticking them off and achieving them, which will then lead you to your successful fat loss results. So, did this help? I hope so. Sometimes I wish I could do this live so people could ask me questions. If you do have any questions to ask me, send me them over on Instagram @_em.powered, okay? But yeah, and if you're interested in working with me, whether that's a Fit in 6 1-to-1, if you feel like you need that help with someone who is organised, who knows how to plan, who knows to implement structure, like, hit me up on Instagram, let me know, okay? Because I'm coming back. Had the baby last year. We're back to work, back to business, back to helping as many women as we can achieve their ultimate results. So I'm leave it there. I'll catch up with you next week. As always, thank you so much for listening. It means the world to me. And please let me know if this helped. I love hearing off you. And I will see you next time. Love you. Bye.